Hello Psychics, this is an extract from the previous livestream about using AI for DevOps to automatize the creation of a Helm chart starting from a bunch of Kubernetes manifests. Enjoy and comment about your experience with AI for DevOps. You start with a pod, an Helm chart with some values, and then you have OpenAI scripted through the GPTScript that allow you to reuse pod and Helm. Let me introduce, first of all, GPTScript. So the idea is pretty much this one. You create a script that is in a certain form, okay? When you say, okay, I want to use this tool that are the Lego block that you can store and reuse later, you can pass all the context you want. We use the context, for instance, in the example of the pod transformation to Helm. So we want our script to take an input, the pod, and translate it into an Helm chart. And then you can select if you want to have an assistant or if you want a standalone tool that you can run in many other times. It's harder to say that to try, so what about starting with trying it? So let's jump into our backmule instance. I stored in this path some helper to get started, right? So if we open this, we have different GPT files that are that has the extension .gpt. And for instance, if I want to create an Helm chart from a pod or from a manifest, we need first of all the manifest, right? We go to cd interlink CI manifest. What we have is a list of YAML that we can use to bring up different components. One component is called the virtual kubelet, and the other component is called the interlink, right? The idea is if we take this set of manifests and pass them to our AI as a workspace, as in terminology, in GPTScript terminology, you can take this file and say, okay, just bootstrap an assistant for our needs that is aware of all this manifest and make it transform this manifest into a complete Helm chart. The point is that we can think of something like this. MV, oops, come on, pod to arm GPT. Okay, so I say build and build assistant. This is the name of my script. Then I put a brief description of what, to help you transforming. This is not right. Transforming Kubernetes manifest. Manifests into a Helm chart. Okay. Then, okay, cool. Then you want to pass the tool that you need. All the tools that you need at this time are the GitHub context workspace. That is the one responsible to bring with you all the folders that you need. And then we say, okay, this is an assistant. And I show you in a second why it is pretty cool. All right. Then. Here start the scripting, okay? So you introduce the task to the AI. And usually it works pretty well if you start saying AI what should be impersonating with. So in this case, we make clear that the AI should act as a DevOps translator assistant and it should help people creating Helm chart starting from Kubernetes manifest. Notice that I'm not writing a single line of code, okay? I'm just relying on OpenAI functions to understand what they had to do at the system level, okay? And then take this information from the current workspace, and whenever you start, introducing yourself and ask what you can help with, okay? So this is pretty default. You can find this in the guide, so you can quite easily get started with this kind of information. And I just like to show you how powerful is this simple script, okay? And then, oops, GPT. So we can start from passing the workspace with a manifest and then saying to the GPT script, okay, look, take pod to Helm GPTScript, become my assistant for transforming these pods into an Helm chart. Okay, let's start. So hi there, I'm DevOps Translator Assistant. I can help you convert Kubernetes manifest into Helm chart. How can I assist you today? Okay, first of all, show me the content of your workspace. Okay. So yeah, every time you will interact with your file system, GPTScript will require you to confirm the operation. Okay, this is sound. So, all right, you allow him to look into that folder, and voila, you have the content of this folder. Now we have this, all we need attend, and we can start asking, okay, transform, take virtual-kubelet.yaml, virtual-kubelet config, service account, interlink, an interlink config. Okay, let's, oops, and create a Helm chart in a local folder with a unique ID. The name of the chart. So let's tell him also to use this. The name of the chart is interlink, and in the values you should put an enabling flag for the interlink component. Okay, so let's see what it should be able to do right now. Okay, first of all, is saying if it can read the content of all the files that we are requesting. So yeah, you can. I told you you can. Okay. Now it's creating an Helm chart structure, pretty valid, with a structure that we like a lot. So it's taking these templates. Now let's see what it does with the values. Okay. So first thing first, the template for the configuration. Okay, I don't like too much this because it's not templated, but fair enough, okay. Then neither this one is templated. Okay, let's see where we go. We're going to assign a vote from 1 to 10 to each one of these attempts. So, okay. Yeah, I don't like at all what we got. So, let me check. So, yeah, if we go into CD, interlink, first of all, it doesn't understand what it means unique ID, but okay. Then values, yeah, it only has these values. So no, nope. Try harder to create an Helm chart with all the reasonable set of values in the templates. Okay, so it's reading again. It's introducing, oh voila. Now it's introducing values. I think we are now closer. That's cool. Okay, so yeah, you might need some iteration together, but imagine how much time you needed to do an operation like this, okay? So exactly. Now he wants to write down these, okay, and do all the edits. Fine with that. Okay. Now let's take a look. MVim values. All right, now we got it. So you see here now we have a lot of values that hopefully we are going to put into some nice templates. So templates, let's take one, for example, virtual kubelet.yaml. There are no templates here. Not good, not good. Okay, one last try. Start from scratch and create a chart with the same chart starting from the same manifest, but in a folder called interlink retry. Okay, let's give him another shot. Last one, then we go for the vote and we pass to the next item. Okay, so read everything you need. Go ahead. Not template whatsoever. Okay. So, okay, now it's writing stuff. Okay. So service is templated. The name chart.yaml is pretty accurate. Okay, good. Then we have values are pretty accurate again. Cool. Then, okay. Deployment looks good, not perfect, but good. Because there is the image as a value, we can add some more, but yeah. A config map is completely templated. Cluster role doesn't need it, so yeah, let's take a look. So now here we should find something like interlink minus retry. Vim and okay, and then we say CI manifest interlink retry values. So okay, values are good as before. So chart is saying correct thing, and then we have deployment. Deployment. Okay, we have containers interlink and only applied if enable is true. So yeah, pretty good. Then we have deployment kubelet interlink. Okay, with replica count set from parameters. Name. Okay, we don't have too much templating in here, but yeah, quite good. Well, we are missing service account, and where are the where is the configuration? Not good, not good. Yeah, we missed the configuration. So service account service. Where is this? Where is this? Template config map. Maybe. Are you kidding me? So Vim templates. Huh. Config maps. I don't know why I couldn't find before, but yeah, pretty accurate. So values virtual kubelet config interlink. Cool. Now you want to see something very, very cool? We can ask something like this. Look. All right. Add inside add a GitHub action that stores the Helm chart as an OCI artifact inside GitHub container registry. Let's see. All right, cool. Starting good. Interlink retry. Interlink retry. I don't know if it's true, but yeah. Helm package and push. Okay. Come on. A summary. So we start from a manifest folder. Manifest. And we ask GPT. Oops. Script. Oh. Cannot write in this position. So, okay. A GPT script. Create me an Helm chart. And also a .github action. Okay. So not only have a chart to start with all the values and a basic template after some try. Remember how much time it would take to do from scratch by end, okay? So keep this in mind. A GitHub actions to store this into an OCI, so into the GitHub container registry. All right, so we have everything. Okay, so just to check here in manifest the GitHub workflows publish, we have this. So our GitHub action setup. I need, probably is 5 out of 10, okay? In our pod 12 chart category, because it's not that, let's say, correct. Then, if we want at this point, we can store this into a repository and start work with the Helm just created.